This is 1360 AM. WNJC, Washington Township, Philadelphia. Philadelphia's Renaissance radio station. Brought to you from Forsyth Broadcasting. Or listen to us at WNJCradio.com.
Okay, everyone, it's time to put on your listening ears, thinking caps, and laughing shoes. It's time for the Doc and Amy Show, with your sweethearts of the airwaves who agree to disagree. Well, sometimes. Take it away, Doc and Amy.
You feel blame?
No.
Feel finished?
Oh, yeah.
Are you mad?
Uh-huh.
Do you feel like Woods about rough Rennish?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What kind of crap?
Alrighty then. There we go. Once more, Charles Manson signals the beginning of another Doc and Amy show. It's Sunday at 5. We welcome you. You are certainly admonished to give us a call here at...
Admonished?
I'm just using words from the last show.
Okay. Wow.
That's
great.
I listen. You can call us here at 856-227-1360 to join us live with this frivolity. You can email us. We have screens up right now we're looking at. You can email us at docandamy@gmail.com. We can see those in real time. You can go on our Twitter account, which is also visible to us, and that is Doc and Amy Show. You can jump on our website, www.thedocandamyshow.com, on the World Wide Web. So all of those means to get in touch with us. You can join in and be a part of the Doc and Amy family. Speaking of part of the Doc and Amy family, hi, Amy.
Hi.
Okay, well, that was, we learned a lot there, too. And John is producing for us again. Hello, John. How you doing?
How's it going, guys?
We are doing fantastic. Now, I quizzed you earlier about whether or not you had watched Saturday Night Live. And, again, your answer was?
Of course not.
Okay.
Of course not.
I'm really, I have this morbid curiosity about what you do in your spare time. And you just sit at home in front of a microphone and practice producing radio?
Of course, yeah. Okay. Practice my profession.
Yes. We have tried to get him involved in our discussions on movies and things like that, and he hasn't seen any, so we gave him some. So,
well, maybe he actually has a life, and he's doing things that are valuable.
Well, then you'll have to fill me in on how that happens. So,
coach us.
Yes, the life coach. John, the life coach. There you go.
There he is.
That's certainly what we need happening with us. Again, welcome. You can call us. I want to remind you of that number. Please use it, 856-227-1360. Today we're going to be talking about lots of items in the news. Mostly current news, some things we've dredged up that we, had to fill the gaps with. We also have our Two People, One Quote, which is the highlight of my entire week, and a quiz and some other things. So let's get right into that. Now, Amy was having a little computer trouble there, and she just right on the wire.
Literally, the mouse wasn't working, and the mouse is working now, by the way.
Okay.
The mouse,
Good
it's
mouse.
one of those USB mouses.
I don't know.
That you just plug a little thing in, the USB, and then it wirelessly connects, but once in a while it doesn't want to cooperate. So sometimes if you just close the computer and open it back up, it'll click it into action again. So I did that with about 6 minutes to spare, and I opened up the computer and the lights were on, but
nobody's home.
Nobody was home.
That's right.
So then you have to reboot everything back up, and I have a lot of stuff set to start up on boot, and I was worried about, then I had some security things set up that make it a little more difficult to get into everything.
NSA was blocking her access.
I was blocking their access.
Okay. All right.
I have all that taken care of.
Well, okay. Well, long story short, we
did it.
Got that. Yeah,
we
right.
Did it.
Right on the wire.
Yes.
Right.
And he's sitting here cracking jokes, and I'm like, got sweat dripping down my brow.
It reminds me of what was that movie with the guy that played Wolverine?
Hugh Jackman.
Huge
Jackman?
Hugh Jackman. He was the computer wizard, and John Travolta was in it, and Halle Berry, and he's right there under the wire. He's trying to program this. He's trying to hack this site.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh, it was. Well, you want to sit over there with John? No,
I don't remember that
that's what it
movie.
reminded me.
Oh.
of. Yeah, it was. I can't remember the name of it because I don't know. I'm old. As a
There
matter of
you
fact,
go.
it's probably my pacemaker signal that's interfering with your wireless mouse.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, we have computers all over the house. We have and a mouse, at least one mouse for each one. The other day, no one could find one. I said we got more mice than a cancer lab, and you can't find a mouse.
Well, we had this really cool turtle mouse, but the USB part got bent. And then before that, we had a Mickey Mouse, which everybody just thought was so
Would
cool.
that be a Mickey Mouse mouse?
It was a Mickey Mouse mouse.
That
I
sounds
just
like
called it a
rap to
Mickey
me.
Mouse for short. For short.
Yeah.
For shirt.
Just call it Mickey.
And then that broke.
I slipped her a Mickey for her computer.
Yeah, and then we got this golf one. I got at CVS for like 25 cents. I'm like, yes, I got a mouse for like 25 cents on clearance.
Worth every penny, John.
Oh, well, you have to hold both buttons of the mouse down to get it to move. Well, then it clicks on whatever you're running across with your mouse. I'm like, what use is this?
Well, it's a golf mouse. It inspires lots of cursing, just like the game.
It does.
Yeah, so-
It was I actually threw it in the trash.
Well, that was probably the best move.
It was a disaster. So we have like 18 mice. Is it mice or mouses?
I'm sure it's mice.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure they didn't alter the language.
Are you sure about that?
For one computer appliance.
Are you sure about that?
No.
Okay.
So anyway, let's move on past this totally engaging radio and get with our usual frivolity here. Now, for those of you perhaps joining us for the first time, again, we urge you to avail yourself of all of the means to contact us, and that is Doc and Amy at Gmail, at Doc and
I'm
Amy
on
Show.
Twitter now.
If you tweet us, I am too, sort of. And you can go to our website, thedocandamyshow.com. I guess I don't have to mention the streaming address since we're right here. If they're hearing us, they've already got it. So one step ahead of that. I'm such a loon. I'm sitting here with a laptop. No paper, but I have a pen. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So I'm a goof.
Okay.
So if this is the first time you're joining us.
Wait, do you want some paper?
No, thanks. Give me one
give you a
piece.
slice.
I always have to be the one keeping track of this next segment. Thank you very much.
Give you a slice of paper there.
Give me
It
a
has
slice-
pretty flowers on it.
slice of paper. Okay. So what we're going to do, for those of you who may be joining us again for the first time, Two People, One Quote is a segment that we've been doing for some time. And the rationale behind that is Amy offers a quote that she pulls from the ether, and she presents that to John, and she also presents two options of potential authors for that quote. And John is admonished to name the proper
What is
author
up
of that
with
quote.
that? What's the admonish thing today?
I'm just using a word from the vocabulary. It's better than
Okay.
what are you doing over there?
First of all, I hit my nose on the microphone when I turned my head, which is
That's
probably the first time in history.
good depth perception, darling.
And allergying.
Head-on crash of the
So
microphone.
I have like my eyes are like bleh, and my sinuses hurt, and now I'm runny and stuffy and so annoying. So anyway, I'm sure I sound lovely.
You're making me sweat.
I can't even believe I hit my nose on the microphone.
I can completely believe it.
I don't have that big of a nose. It's not like I have a
You
big,
did
huge
not
honker.
before the swelling, no. So anyway, Two People, One Quote.
Okay.
Amy will give a quote. She will give two options. John will try to guess. Now, Amy is up 4 games on John because
I hope he wins this week. I try to make him easy.
John goes home and locks himself in the freezer or something.
In the freezer.
He doesn't watch any movies. He doesn't watch Saturday Night Live. He
That's
doesn't
okay.
watch the show.
Maybe
No,
he
no,
actually
it's
has a
fine.
life and he gets out of the house.
He doesn't golf.
I think he's reading a lot. That's what I think.
I'm asking him lots and lots of questions, and I'm finding out nothing but the things that he doesn't do. I need to change my interrogation techniques. Anyway, I'm going to let Amy take off with this Two
Okay.
People, One Quote. We'll see how it turns out this week.
Okay. Quote number 1. Pope Francis and President Obama met for the first time today and prayed together. Said Obama, "Lord, please help me accept the things I cannot change, which is everything."
Okay.
I don't even know what to say about that. Anyway, who said that? Was it Seth Meyers or Jimmy Fallon?
I'm going to say Jimmy Fallon.
It was Seth Meyers. Come
my-
on, John.
John.
I'm going to lie.
Just
I'd be like, yeah, it was totally Jimmy Fallon.
totally.
Totally.
Totes my goats.
Totes my goats.
All right, Amy is up 1. Let's see how this
Okay.
plays out.
Ukraine said it has finished withdrawing the last of its troops from Crimea, so the split is now final. Well, they're not calling it a split. They're calling it a conscious uncoupling, which I am going to comment on later.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. Was that Jimmy Fallon or David Letterman?
I'm going to say David Letterman.
It was Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, and Amy is maintaining a winning stature
It's not
here.
even fun anymore.
Come on, John. Just
Kind of like beating a 5-year-old in the memory game or something.
take your gut response and go the other way. See
Yeah,
what happens.
exactly. There you go. Okay. In an interview, former vice presidential candidate Paul Ryan said he does not have a racist bone in his body. However, he admitted he has 3 sexist bones and his spine is homophobic. I love that one. Was it Conan O'Brien or Jimmy Kimmel?
I'm going to say Conan O'Brien.
Yes, it was
All
Conan.
right, John is on the board. Hello.
Come on, John.
Thank
do
you,
more.
John. Now, see, here it is. We're set up for that position. It's
I
it's
know.
2-2. There's a tiebreaker at the
I
end.
could say so much about
Cliffhanger.
that, but I
Oh.
won't. Anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. A group of Secret Servant... What is wrong with me?
Secret
I'm so
servants.
stuffy. I get
Yeah.
my... I should have done my lip exercises. Yeah. Okay. A group of Secret Service agents went to Amsterdam ahead of President Obama's visit, but 3 of them were sent home after they stayed out all night drinking, and one of them passed out in the hotel's hallway. I always thought Secret Service agents wore sunglasses to look intimidating. Turns out they're just hungover. Was it David Letterman or Jimmy Kimmel?
I'm going to say David Letterman.
It was Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh.
That wasn't even that good of a joke.
Well, and how
was
smart
okay.
can these guys be? They go to Amsterdam and drink?
I know. Seriously. There's so many other activities.
Yes. Amy is currently, it's 3-1. John
That's okay.
has a chance to up the ante here and get another on the board.
This one's funny.
Okay.
President Obama went to the G8 meetings. He's filling in for Dennis Rodman. Was it David Letterman or Craig Ferguson?
Craig Ferguson.
It was David Letterman.
Oh, Amy has done it again, 4-1, and of course it's her game. So we'll give John some slack for that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what my thought was.
But well played, John. You got on the board there. Amy is currently 5 games ahead. You have many chances to redeem yourself.
A lot of
John.
work to do.
Yeah. And if there were prizes, then it would be a completely different story.
What would I win then? Nothing, right?
You have me. What else is?
There's nothing else I could possibly need.
That's right. I'm the leprechaun bringing you the pot of gold at the
And
end
if
of the
I
rainbow.
had you and your body
Lucky Charms.
was disemboweled and stuffed with $100 bills, then that would be perfect. I know.
That you're even thinking of that really alarms
I should
me.
write Valentine's Day cards.
Yes.
The only way you would be better, I could love you more, is if you were disemboweled and stuffed with $100 bills.
Wow. And the government would take it and it would still be called taxidermy. Whatever.
Oh my gosh.
No, it was short notice. So there you have it. That was our 2 people, 1 quote. You are certainly invited to join us in this whatever it is, whatever it's turning out to be today. Now, you had something else that you were going to
Well, I have
alluding to something.
I have a couple little like articles and stuff, but what I wanted to talk about was this. I don't know if everyone's aware of the fact that Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin are divorcing.
Oh,
Yes, they've been married for 10 years.
that's a record, isn't it?
It might be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're divorcing, and that means they're married, and they've decided that they're going to not be married anymore, and they're going to go through the legal proceedings that entail the separation of their union.
And most people
Would call that as divorce, because
Yes.
that's what it is. They released a joint statement and called it a conscious uncoupling. This is just another reason why I would like to hit her over the head with a piece of tofu, because she is
and disembowel her and fill her with
several $100
$100
bills. She is so out of touch with reality. It's not even funny.
And who was she married to?
Chris Martin. He's the lead singer of Coldplay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, how can you not know who Chris Martin is? God, like, oh my God, I can't even believe it.
If he sent me a Christmas card, I would, make it an effort to find out.
That's cool.
Ooh, that's cool. Well, I'm familiar with the term, though.
Okay.
I've practiced this myself. Basically, after the conscious uncoupling, I roll over and go to sleep.
Oh God. Wow. Okay, there's so many places you could go with that. But anyway, so I read an interview. Now, this isn't the first time she stuck her foot in her mouth. I read an interview with her.
No, there's something else I was paid to see.
She talks about how, and I don't have it in front of me. I don't have the quotes, but she talks about how, although she does admit that having a 9-to-5 job, like a regular middle-income woman having a 9-to-5 job would be challenging, that it's nowhere near as challenging as her schedule when she's filming a movie. Because at least a woman working 9-to-5 has predictable hours. And she says, you can wake up and do some things in the morning, and then you just go to work, and then you come home and you get some more things done. You know exactly what your schedule's going to be. Whereas when she's filming, she might have to go here for 2 weeks. One day she works 10 hours. One day she works 12. So it's much more challenging than, a woman who's working 9-to-5. Then she goes on to give tips about how to better organize yourself and make things easier on your schedule. For instance, she suggests that when you go for your weekly mani-pedi and facial, that you do it all at the same time. Like maybe schedule it for like 70 minutes, although it would be a little rushed and not very relaxing, she says. That's a huge time saver. And then when her personal trainer knocks on her door at Monday morning at 7 o'clock, she totally doesn't even want to get out of bed. But she knows that this is really like the best way to do it because it's a huge time saver. And also her final tip.
She's doing the voice again, John.
The final tip is that she schedules her acupuncture treatments for 9:30 at night in her living room. And that's a big time saver for her. So as you can see, she's totally in touch with the regular woman and gives us some really useful tips. Like personally, I usually do like my manicure on Monday, my pedicure on Tuesday, Wednesday I get my facial, Thursday's my acupuncture, and then my Botox is Friday. Now, I've had to cut down, only doing my Botox every other week. But, I should take her advice because I think it would be a huge time saver.
I'm sorry. I completely derailed the first time you said facial. I'm sorry. I'm so weird.
I'm not making this up. I know I make up news stories and everything. Oh, my God. Seriously?
There she goes.
But I'm not making this up. She actually said that.
But
how clueless could you possibly be?
In her defense, okay, most people don't really. They see people on the silver screen or on a television show or whatever, and they think they walk in, they spit out their lines, and go back to their trailer. There's a lot of work they do work 14, 16 hours a day. They do have to make personal appearances. Everybody's on them all the time to do this and do that. This charity, that charity, this talk show, this magazine interview, all of that.
When she comes home, she does not have dishes to do. She does not have to vacuum the carpet. She does not have to run her kids to practices. She does not have to help with homework.
She has a 14-hour shoot.
She doesn't have to, and that's less of a day than what I work. That's all I wish I had 10 hours a day of downtime. I don't. So she still has more downtime. She literally hires everybody to do everything for her. She doesn't even have to drive where she's going. She has a driver.
You can check off the facial part.
So, you know what? Seriously, whatever. It's so insanely ridiculous that she's that clueless that she could actually, like me, I'm a huge celebrity. I have a radio show, but I'm not going on like rubbing it in everybody's face. You know what I mean? Like I keep my personal acupuncture to myself.
Well, what about her husband? Is Ricky Martin guy? Doesn't he help with that?
Ricky Martin.
Whoever you were talking about.
Seriously?
She did it again.
You're living La Vida Loca. You're
Loco. whatever his
It's
name
La
is.
Vida Loca, not Loco.
Not in my case. We're talking about me here.
Life is feminine, so it is a feminine
For me,
adjective.
it's crazy. So loco stands.
No, it doesn't. That's not how you speak Espanol.
I don't. You know what? Ricky Martin is feminine too.
She's not married to Ricky Martin.
Well, I don't care. I'm on a different subject now. You have to try to keep.
It's
up.
Chris Martin.
Whatever, whoever. I don't know these people.
But anyway, it's like ridiculous. Like, doesn't her publicist say, "Shut your trap"? And now they announced their conscious uncoupling, and they're on vacation together in the Bahamas.
That's like, sabotaging a train or something. You know what? I don't. It's just crazy.
Who announces their divorce while they're vacationing with their soon-to-be ex-husband? Does that seem normal to anyone? That's just odd.
For those of you listening, I know it might be a little hard to hear Amy. She's a little further back from the mic because she's on her soapbox.
Oh,
But
stop.
yes, whoever Ricky and Gwyneth Paltrow.
They would make quite a couple.
Yeah,
Ricky Martin and
she would need some accoutrements.
you are really over the edge today, pal.
I'm sorry.
So anyway, I just
I'm counting on
had
this being our last show.
the conscious uncoupling just did it for me. I said in the car on the way over here, just get ready for this discussion because
Let's go.
that's ridiculous.
That's a little quiet. You're gonna have to.
It's a little fuzzy.
Turn the midget up a little bit there.
We're all the way up.
Well, kind of on the same subject.
Let's go.
There we go.
It's
So
well,
cute.
that's weight in gold. Yeah.
They're still there.
One of the items in the news recently has been the Ukrainian, Russian, Crimean,
it has.
U.S.
Yes.
Mars thing.
Yes.
And one of the headlines that caught my eye was, as such here, neither Western sanctions nor Ukrainian protests have stopped Russia from annexing Crimea, so now a group of women in Ukraine are trying a different approach. Now, the reason, that drew me in like other, headlines will do, it's kind of non-specific, so
Right.
I went ahead to read, and it said they've launched a campaign to deny Russian men romantic interludes, Foreign Policy magazine reports, and sport T-shirts with a suggestively clasped pair of hands.
Sorry about
bless you.
that.
And sport T-shirts with a suggestively clasped pair of hands and the slogan "Don't give it to a Russian." Now, the reason this caught my eye is this is not a new tactic. Back during the Athenian Wars, when Sparta and Greece were having at each other for so long, I believe it was Aristophanes wrote a play based on the women of Sparta denying their men affection until they ceased the war.
Oh.
So this being a headline, suggests that this is something new. But however, that was like 400 BC plus. So
Well, they just
it's not a new
recycle
tactic.
things.
So what I'm saying is that if women really want to make their point, this is what they do. So John, this is a warning. I'm waving the sign here that when women want something, badly enough, you plan on being alone for a while.
Let's go.
Yes, it is, and we men have no similar tactic in our arsenal. We pretty much just learn to say, "I'm sorry." So there you go. That was something that is like centuries old. This tactic, I would think that modern women could come up with something a little bit better, more creative, a little
or
bit
maybe
less
not.
painful.
I'm on Twitter right now. I can't even believe how many tweets come through. How do you keep up with this?
What?
There's so many tweets.
Well, because I go to our timeline here.
It's just crazy.
What do you mean?
There's just so many tweets. And
Anything addressed to us there?
how do you know if it's addressed to you?
Because I go to my own timeline and it should come right through there.
What's the timeline? Where do you do that?
You're on. Go. See that thing on the left there that says tweets 295.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just click on that.
Oh, is that our tweets?
That's us.
So how do we know if somebody tweeted us directly?
It should show right up there, I think.
Oh, it shows up all
I'm
in there?
hoping.
All
I mean,
up in there?
I would think, since, that should be the way it works.
So nobody ever tweeted us because I don't see any.
Well, I did. I put a lot of stuff up there myself. So.
I know, no kidding. This is very overwhelming.
Yes, and you can be overwhelming with us by calling 856-227-1360. You can twit us. We're looking right at it right now, and that is Doc and Amy at Doc and Amy Show. You get that little ape tail in the beginning, at Doc and Amy Show.
Ape tail?
That's an ape tail. It's called an ape tail.
It's in an ampersand?
No, an ampersand is the and sign. That's an ape tail.
Isn't this the and sign at Doc and Amy?
That's not the and sign.
Oh, no, that's this sign.
College.
Okay,
4 years of
never mind.
college.
Wow, my brain is so stuffed up right now, I can't even think. It's so annoying. I hate allergies.
Okay. I don't know. I've had allergies before. My brain didn't shut off.
My brain shuts off. It doesn't take much for my brain to shut off. About 9:30 at night, it's done. Doc knows.
Don't call me Doc
there.
knows. No, that's true, John. She'll say, I'll be right here. We're going to watch some TV, and she'll lie down on the couch, and it's like she has a switch on her side. Boom. That's it. It's over. I wish I could do that. It takes me hours to fall asleep.
It sometimes it does. It depends on how busy I am.
No,
I'm really stuffing right now.
Elmer Fudd over here.
Yeah, I'm really stuffed up.
well,
Sorry
it's,
about that, folks.
If you have any suggestions on home allergy remedies, go ahead and give us a call at 226-1360. Amy, are you sure it's not post-nasal drip, Don?
Oh, will you stop? He always makes fun of me. You're so wrong.
That's a long, whatever. So
I did talk that to death.
Well, at least it was me this time.
Wow. See, you do this on air, and there's nothing I can do about it.
That's right. Well, it's the only time. Why isn't this working?
I don't know. Welcome to my world. I have some cool facts, though.
Well, I was just going to click on the Japanese pillow I told you about.
Oh, yeah. I think I have it.
Did you? Okay.
I delete a lot of your emails, though.
Everyone does. Everyone does.
I'm just kidding.
That's why I set up a new email account so people would be caught by surprise.
See, you send links the wrong way. You send me a link to the URL in your inbox, and you can't do that. I can't get into your inbox. You have to send it from the actual page.
Well, I can't do it either.
No, because you send links wrong. You don't know how to send them. I've told you a million times.
No, I do it. I was.
Let's just Google.
I was in a rhythm.
Let's everybody do this together. Let's Google Japanese pillow and see what happens. Just tell them about it.
I refuse.
Just tell them.
I read this thing, and it was a Japanese pillow that is designed and built for pillow fighting, which apparently is an actual activity recognized in Japan. They have pillow fight. There are specific rules about the fill and the dimensions and the weight and all. So this is an actual pillow fighting pillow.
I have one here.
3,000 yen is what it costs. Now I did the I went through and did the monetary conversion there. That's $29.20. And I believe if you order it by tomorrow, it's only 5% tax, but apparently they're imposing an extra 5% on April 1st. So you want to get those like right away.
You got to hurry up.
Yeah, if you want one of those.
Now here's an example. It's a Hinumaru Starburst flag pillow. It's basically a blue pillow. It has Japan written on it, like with the colors of the flag in the background. It's cotton.
The colors of the flag are red and white.
That's what it is.
It's a pretty simple
It's a
flag.
blue background. But it's cotton on the outside and synthetic fill. So basically, you can make it if you bought the stuff at Joann's for like $7.
But you have to.
It's $67.
But you have to be. Oh, that's a good one then. Apparently,
that's
it
crazy.
has to be. It has to withstand certain tension on the outside when you pound somebody with it. It has to have a specific amount of fill and weight, specific dimensions.
That's crazy.
I probably goes right down to the stitching, just like baseballs.
That's just crazy.
I want one. I really do.
So this is an actual sport there?
Apparently, they have a recognized official regulatory authority on pillow fighting, I guess.
Wow, that's crazy.
It sounds like fun to me. I mean, there are worse things.
It would be
we
fun.
have boxing. They have pillow fighting. Come on.
Sounds about right. That's just crazy.
Okay, well, let's get rid
I
of
want
that.
to do that for a living. They should have that in the Olympics.
Pillow fighting?
Yeah.
Well, they have curling. I don't
This
see.
looks like a serious sport. And they're all in their PJs, too.
See, that's what makes it so.
But they're in those things that the ladies wear, the geishas wear. What are they called? The robe things? I can't think of it right now. Oh, what is that called?
That is a.
Oh my gosh, seriously?
It's not a sarong. Sarong?
No, it's
No.
not a sarong. Sarong.
My sarong.
Sarong.
Yeah.
Japanese robe. Let's just Google
It's-
that. I love
yeah,
Google.
it's a-
Google's awesome.
Oh, God, Barney Google over here.
Of course, I left the E off, so it was Japanese rob. Like broccoli rob. The Japanese rob.
God, I'm.
A kimono.
Kimono.
That's it.
For those of you keeping track at home, kimono was the correct answer.
Yeah.
No more calls.
What is kimono? Kimono? We were watching Saturday
Seriously?
Night Live last night, and they did a skit on Black Jeopardy, and the girl's like, he's like, you have to ask an informative question. She's like, Monique? Like, she didn't say what is. She's like, Monique? And she just put like a question mark on the end. I don't usually enjoy that show, but it was with Louis C.K. on last night. It was actually really funny.
He made the show.
It was finally funny.
Oh, yes. His monologue was amazing.
Because usually it's not, so
Yeah. And I don't even care for the guy, but it was good.
I like Louis C.K.
I don't trust anybody with a goatee or a Hitler mustache.
What?
I don't know. Anyway,
John's like feeling his face, like, do I have a goatee? let me remember now.
I think that one he would know. What we're going to do right now is take a break for some commercial announcements. Amy's going to blow her nose, and we are going to come back with more fun and surprises, and hopefully your calls. So we will see you in just a minute. Hey, everybody. This is Doc of the Doc and Amy Show. I just wanted to let you in on a secret of mine. CPS Computers. They've been serving the area's computer needs for over 8 years now, and when it comes to computers, they do. They have a wide variety of new PCs and laptops to choose from. They do free diagnostics, and they can repair your broken machine for you. That's CPS Computers. They're at 722 Mantua Pike at the Heights Plaza in Woodbury Heights, and they're between the Subway and the Dollar Tree. Visit them or call 856-251-1007. That's 251-1007. And be sure to tell them Doc and Amy sent you. And don't forget about CPS Computers' second location in Cinnaminson at 1204 US 130, suite number 4. They have all the same equipment, same deals, same diagnostics that you need for your computer. Give them a call, 856-829-8300. That's 829-8300, CPS Computers in Cinnaminson. Hey, if you'd like to be a guest on the Doc and Amy Show and exhibit your talent, let us know about it at www.thedocandamyshow.com, right there on the World Wide Web. That's thedocandamyshow.com. If you're an up-and-coming performer, if you have some kind of talent you'd like to showcase on our program, we'd love to have you. Just let us know. www.thedocandamyshow.com. You could be our next star. Okay, I think I just had a stroke. It's okay. We're back at the Doc and Amy Show, and I'm very excited about some of our topics that we're going to be discussing.
I'm glad you are.
I am. For one thing, in New York City, they have a new type of convenience there, a cupcake ATM.
What?
Yes, they have a cupcake ATM. This bakery, who I apparently famous for their cupcakes, has a machine outside the shop. They make cupcakes, and it's in this computerized rack thing with this arm and finds your cupcake that you want, and you swipe your ATM or credit card, and it spits it out the little door.
Oh, my kids
Isn't
would love that.
Amazing. Of all the
I'm not
uses,
really a big fan of cupcakes, so I would rather have like...
Of all the uses for technology, both in the machinery end of it and the use of your debit card, that is the pinnacle of what we're about right now.
I would prefer like a
ATM.
Like a guacamole ATM or like some kind of good dip or something.
Well, I don't know. Maybe now, after thinking about it, I don't know if I could swipe my debit card and out pops a ho-ho.
Now I'm going to hit my nose on
Or a
that.
Suzy Q.
It's weird. My nose hits the microphone, but it doesn't make a sound. That's odd.
He must be in the woods.
Baby's nose hits a microphone. Nobody's
God,
around.
That is the very deep broadcast philosophy right there. Are you sure you're okay? What are you taking?
I'm just.
She's on Claritin, man.
She's
on the
man. On the dope.
That's what my grandma used to say about my brother. I think he's on the dope. Yeah.
The dope.
The dope. Yeah, it's like one big, and she had no clue what it is. It's
like people, it's like a big like a salt lick or something that people just go up to it and just take a couple licks. And there's a sign out front. It says the dope.
It's like some.
They're sneaking in like ninjas. Yeah.
That's the way, and it was. And
that would be convenient.
And she always
though.
whispered it.
Yeah, like somebody would hear.
Yeah, she's
dope.
Trying to communicate with people, and then she whispers the really crucial part.
Yeah.
I think he's on the dope. Yeah, okay, he is a dope. He's still a dope. Okay, whatever.
Anyway,
that was my grandma. God love her. She was like 2 feet tall, and then she had a voice like this, and she was really cool.
She sounds cool.
She's like a gnome.
She's like a gnome. That's really lovely. I'm sure she'd really enjoy you calling her
my
that.
mom was the same. She's
teeny
4
tiny.
feet 8 inches tall.
Yeah. An inch taller than you.
I gotta kill her.
Well, you know what we forgot? And I was going to say something.
If I knew what we forgot, I'd be bringing it up myself.
Right. And I kind of wanted to like one up you. Hopefully I've done that.
I don't like the sound of it. One or none.
It's April Fool's in a few days. April Fool's Day. We forgot about that. I didn't, but you did. I think, didn't you?
I never ever forget about April Fool's Day. That's what I live for.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the one national holiday that I really enjoy.
Okay. Well, I'll remember that. In 2
I celebrate
days.
it all year long. So what do you got?
Okay. No, I just
and don't make me say,
Ooh, that's cold.
No.
Okay.
It's just it's an article on the most epic April Fool's Days pranks of all time. So the first one was now these aren't like very believable, but apparently I don't remember this one, but apparently it was really big.
Well, and let's set this up. So if you have an epic April Fool joke that you've pulled or are planning to pull, call us 856-227-1360. Get involved in this segment. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So the first one was Taco Bell buys the Liberty Bell. So apparently they made an announcement that they were buying the Liberty Bell. The Taco Bell was. So I don't remember that, but apparently that was a big one. And then in Sweden, apparently there's a television there, STV, and I don't know if that's a state-run station. I'm guessing it is. They announced back when there was black and white TV that they were selling this mesh that you could put over the TV to make it
color picture.
And people bit. People believed it.
Dope.
Yeah, and then another one.
Of course, if they were on the dope, they would be seeing it in color. So.
Yeah, there you go. In 2007, we all know that Google is very innovative, and they're always coming up with something new that nobody's thought of.
Right.
So I hit my nose on the microphone again. What is up with that today? It's crazy. Anyway.
And she doesn't move the microphone or her chair. She's just going to go on and do it again.
I just keep hitting my nose. I know, I've never done that before.
She's a unicorn.
I know. Yeah. So in 2007, they announced a new product called Gmail Paper, in which they would print out all your emails that you send and receive and mail them to you. Well, apparently people were like, they were going online to the blog announcing this and going crazy, like, this is so awesome. I can't believe you're doing this. Like,
I don't have to print it myself.
This is so innovative.
Gwyneth Paltrow came on and said, I don't have to do it myself now.
Yeah, I know. A conscious uncoupling of the digital and paper version of my emails. How exciting. So people actually believed it. Yeah. So another one was the biblical version of pi. So this group, the New Mexicans for Science and Reason, that's a joke right there. Yeah, they sent out a newsletter saying that the Alabama legislature had voted to change the value of pi to a more biblical value of 3.0. People actually believed it. Yeah. And like freaked out because obviously pi can't be 3.0 unless you're rounding down.
Well, the next version they come out with is a 3.1.
Yeah,
And then,
yeah.
And if it doesn't work for you, you close it and open it back up.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just like the computer. Another one was funny. This was done by Burger King. It was 1998, and they unveiled the left-handed Whopper, which I think is hilarious. Yeah, I don't know how many people. The left-handed Whopper. So can you imagine, like, people drop? Yeah, I'll have a left-handed Whopper.
Don't let me speak right now.
And then a right-handed Whopper. Oh, God, no, don't say anything bad. Oh, my God. Can you imagine?
Yes, I can. Thank God.
Oh, my God. You're so bad. So, yeah, and people believe that,
Hold
too.
the pickle. Hold the
And then in 1957, a British news program put out a little report talking about spaghetti trees. And people believe that, too. And they actually had spaghetti hanging from trees.
So people, that just isn't a modern day phenomenon of people being epically stupid.
Yeah.
It's always been that way? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel so much. No, I don't.
Yeah, and then so I read this article and it's on Huffington Post, and I thought it was interesting. So I start to look at the comments on the bottom, and people are like, "Oh, the most epic April Fool's prank of all, or thing of all time is the GOP," and they're like, "Oh, the liberals are the biggest April Fools." What? People, can you laugh?
Get a grip.
Laugh a little.
Yeah.
Take
it out
a
of the
grip.
political forum and
Take it outside. I mean, come on. Take it out in the parking lot. Like, we need to have some fun sometimes.
Well, I used to pull some pretty good pranks.
The left-leaning Whopper.
The left-leaning Whopper. What's it taste like? It's Democrat. No, a couple of times. Like this one fellow used to give me a hard time. So I pulled his desk chair apart when he was not in the room, and I had brought in some frozen shrimp. And I pulled the shaft of the chair out and put those frozen shrimp down in there where the shaft for the wheels and everything. Put that back together and just let it cook for a few days. And he was going crazy trying to figure out.
They say that is the best way to get somebody is just even to take the shells and put them somewhere because they can't find them. They're so small.
My buddy guy was trying to sell his house, and he left the curtain rods over the windows, and I unscrewed the finial off the end of it, and poked it full of frozen shrimp and screwed it back on, and people are walking in the house like, "What is that stench?"
Oh my God, that's so mean! You're so mean.
Frozen shrimp is the greatest weapon of mankind. It's
okay.
Weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah.
No, I've pulled some pretty good ones. I called my mom and made her believe that guy's name, William. He was one of those painters William Alexander. He's a painter on television, a la Bob Ross. Yeah. Had kind of a German accent. And she followed both of them religiously. Yeah. She got to paint with Bob Ross at one point, but she was just following and buying all their paints and easels and things. Yeah. So I called her up and told her I was a big fan. I'd seen her paintings, and I started going on. Yeah. And she, I can't believe you're calling me up. And I finally let the cat out of the bag. Oh,
she was probably so mad at you.
Yeah, yeah. And I had one of those old cassette tape answering machines. Yeah. And on the outgoing message, I put, I said something like, welcome to our fully automated digital answering service. If you, and it was like, if you want to make idle chit-chat or gossip, press 1. If you want to brag about a grandchild or a relative, press 2. If you want to brag about a major purchase or just prattle on about something you're very proud of, press 3.
So all you hear is beeping.
Yeah, and she calls my house, and that's all you get, going right down the keypad, trying to get me on the phone. So
you're poor, Mom.
Oh, well, the day I brought her a bat, she really enjoyed that. Went over to her house, knocked on the door, and I'd caught a bat in my house. I came in when I had opened the door or something, I don't know. I caught it, pulled it right off the wall, put it in a shoebox, took it over and gave it to her, and she was not a happy camper.
Oh, my gosh. A poor woman. It's a shame.
Well, you do what you got to do. You try to keep things, going, liven up the joint.
Well, you have a very creative imagination.
Oh, you have no idea yet.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, look, last week I got an email that I got free toilet paper. Now I get a free Venus razor sample.
Wow. That's very adorable.
So now I can
And you
shave my
enjoy
penis.
that.
Oh, God. Somebody kill me now.
Wow. It just never ends today, does it?
I would never get
And I
through
don't
it.
have the energy to even fight with you.
I'd never
so.
even get through soaping it up, probably.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else before I ruin broadcasting for everyone?
No, I thought this was pretty interesting. So I read this story. Somebody got mad. This is a UNC player. I guess he's a football player.
UNC.
University of North Carolina.
Okay, all right.
Right, John?
I'm not, yeah.
UNC, yeah, it's
Okay.
North Carolina.
All right.
I'm not good with acronyms or abbreviations or whatever they call them.
Wow. Okay.
UNC. He's UNC.
So apparently a classmate got really mad at this. This guy got an A- in this class. And there's obviously always been an ongoing debate about football, basketball players getting pushed through college because they make the college money and getting away with not doing
And an athlete
work.
made it A-.
Yeah, so he had to write an essay on Rosa Parks. This is the essay. On the evening of December, Rosa Parks decided she was going to sit in the white people section on the bus in Montgomery, Alabama. During this time, blacks had to give up their THERE seats to whites when more whites got on the bus. Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat. Her and the bus driver began to talk, and the conversation went like this. "Let me have those front seats," said the driver. She didn't get up and told the driver she was tired of giving her seat to white people. "I'm going to have you arrested," said the driver. "You may do that," Rosa Parks responded. 2 white policemen came in, and Rosa Parks asked, Why do you all push us around?" The police officer replied and said, "I don't know, but the law is the law, and you're under arrest." That was his essay, and he got an A- in the class. Now, I don't know about you. That would be a great essay for like maybe 7th, 8th grader.
Second grade.
Okay. Or 7 or 8 year old. That's what I meant,
yes,
not
okay.
7th or 8th grader. But for a college student on the evening of December.
And got an A-.
Yeah, in the class. Now, I don't know what he got on this paper, but this should have gotten a 0.
If that's representative of the rest of his work.
I mean, that's craziness. And it's not fair to people who have to work to get good grades to just,
It reminds me of the old blues tune from back in the 20s called the Rockin' Chair. And this old lady, like Mom's Mabley, she sounded exactly like her.
Uh-huh.
And she's saying, I can't sell it and I ain't going to give it away, so I might as well just sit on it.
Oh my gosh.
So.
Well, what they're saying is that this class didn't even exist. They made up a class and put them in it.
That language.
And all
doesn't
they
even
had to
exist.
do was write one paper. This one paper is all they had to do for the entire class. The class never even met. It was a fake class.
We can see
and they got
what-
an A-.
Yeah, he got an A- for the class for that paper.
And that's ridiculous. I don't care if they make money. The point is, it's a college. It's a secondary learning institution. And unless you can academically qualify, you shouldn't be able to go. I have no problem with sports scholarships, but I think
There should be a minimum standard for grades.
The
yes.
minimum standard needs to be met. And then on top of that, if you want to get a scholarship, that's fine. But this is crazy. Like this guy. Now I'm assuming this is real. Of course, it's from a
Snopes
reputable place. No, it's from a reputable place. I mean, it's Huffington Post. They're pretty reputable. It's not like it's the Star magazine or something. But
they're a lot of fun.
But now, whoever this person is, took a spot from somebody who deserved to go to school, probably.
Who deserved to go to that
Who
make-believe
worked
class.
really hard to go to school, and they got bumped, and now they can't go to school there, and that's not right.
Well,
So-
when I was in high school, my coaches had the right perspective on things. You had to make the honor roll in order to compete.
Yep.
And they called your house at 10 o'clock at night, every night, to make sure you were at home. And that was it. You didn't comply with those two things, see you later. And I think that's, what it should be. But that's, maybe I'm a little old-fashioned. I don't know.
Let me go back if I could.
Yeah, back away from the mics. You don't hit your nose again.
I do have that quote from J. Paul.
You?
Gwyneth Paltrow. G. Paul.
G. Paul.
G. Paul.
G. Pal.
G. Pal.
G. Palt.
G. Pal.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, it's
idiots.
quick. I'm just want to read it. I think it's different when you have an office job because it's routine and, you can do all the stuff in the morning and then you come home in the evening. When you're shooting a movie, they're like, we need you to go to Wisconsin for 2 weeks. And then you work 14 hours a day, and that part of it is very difficult. I think to have a regular job and be a mom is not as, of course, there are challenges, but it's not like being on the set.
That's ridiculous. Who makes movies in Wisconsin?
Yeah. I mean, even if you want to think that,
Watch your nose.
how stupid can you be to even say it out loud?
You have to be a blonde starlet.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you want to do a quiz?
It's like she's Kreskin with a stuffy nose.
We live together. I mean, we've been together a long time. I think I could probably read your mind half the time.
Or as the last host said, we're shacking up.
Ooh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
I think this one, I like this
cigarettes and that dope.
one. Yeah, there you go. Which late night TV talk show host are you?
Oh, geez.
I like this one.
Are you going to answer these for me, or do I get a chance to chime in?
No,
All right.
no. Pick a musical guest. Kanye West, Dean Martin, The Beatles, Cher, or Lady Gaga.
Dean Martin, because I don't like Kanye West.
Kanye West. Describe yourself in one word. Lovable, sarcastic, witty, noble, brazen, or loyal. Come on, answer so I can click off what I already know you're going to say.
Witty.
Which is what I had my clicker on, which you could say. I sound like my dad. Pick a suit pattern. All right, now you have to look at this. Which one do you like, honey bunny? Come on, just pick something.
I put my glasses
I know
on.
which one you're going to pick. Just pick it.
They look like curtains.
I know. Just pick it.
Is there like a herringbone there or something?
That one?
Anything gray? I just
This looks good.
pick the one you think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which reality show do you love to hate? I don't think you even know any of
All
these.
of them.
The Jersey Shore, The Real World, Teen Mom, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, or The Bachelor,
Is that all of them?
or Sister Wives. I don't even think you know what that is.
I would have to say Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Okay.
They're just a...
There's a zombie apocalypse.
Okay.
You help your loved ones to safety, are on the offense. Zombies aren't real. Grab your cat and run. No comments. Take no prisoners, or save yourself.
What about the hunt and gather?
Oh, hunt and gather. Okay. sorry,
Yeah,
I
you
missed that.
got to give me all the answers to make this,
Well, I try not to let it drag on too long.
Jeez.
Hunt and
Zombies aren't real.
Oh, God. And you made me read the hunt and gather. Choose a hashtag.
People may be playing along at home.
Oh, God. Hashtag protein party. Hashtag follow back. Hashtag get over it. Hashtag worst advice. Or hashtag.
You're not even
pick it.
reading them all.
Hashtag misheard lyrics. Hashtag royal baby.
How about
Come on, just do it.
hashtag?
Well, I didn't think you were going to pick
I
that.
don't know what a hashtag is. It's
Oh, stop. Yes, you do.
insignificant.
Who's your dream celebrity interview? 50 Cent,
Amy.
Drew Barrymore, Oprah, Sarah Jessica Parker, Justin Timberlake, Magic Johnson, Billy Crystal, Diane Keaton, or Jennifer Lopez?
I'd have to say Billy Crystal.
Pick a drinking buddy. Oh, gosh. Elizabeth Warren, Mitt Romney, Bill Clinton, Sarah Palin, George W., Barack Obama, John McCain, Hillary Clinton, Michelle Obama. And no, you cannot cause them to have alcohol poisoning. That's not the intent of having a drinking buddy.
If they get it, that's their own problem.
Come on,
Let's
pick
scroll
it.
up what's in the top row there.
It is Bill Clinton, Mitt Romney, or Elizabeth Warren.
I'd have to say Sarah Palin, because if she got drunk, imagine what she would say.
I know. Why did the chicken cross the road? To meet a friend for coffee? Because it wanted to. For a change of scenery. It didn't like the side it was on. It's a free country. What chicken? It needed some exercise to prove it could be done or to get to the other side.
What? No, to watch a man lay bricks?
Okay.
Didn't like the side it was on.
Okay, I didn't think you were going to pick that. You got Jay Leno. I think that sounds about right.
Hey, how about that?
You don't have the best reputation when it comes to bowing out at the right time.
But I have
But
the
it's
chin.
only because you're a perfectionist and don't like to see the things you care about take a turn for the worst. You follow your heart no matter what the cost, and other people admire your loyalty and sense of responsibility you take on.
And you ought to see my Hot Wheels collection, John. It's just amazing.
What does that oh. Never mind. Okay.
Well, very good. Now, that makes me feel ambivalent.
Someday you have to give me a quiz.
I'm so afraid.
Yeah.
What do you hit your nose on beside the microphone? My forehead?
Please.
I did. This is something I was telling John about, I think, on the break. In New Delhi, they have a toilet tech fair. And
really?
It's mentions that it tackles global sanitation woes.
Ooh, that's cool.
And it is if you leave it outside, I suppose. I don't know. Now, here are the things that they're proposing.
Okay.
For toilets. Now, bear in mind, this India is a place with over 1 billion people, and let's see, more than 640 million people just defecate out in the open. Okay.
Wow.
The majority of people don't even have toilets. 72,000 tons of human waste each day, the equivalent in weight of almost 10 Eiffel Towers or 1,800 humpback whales right there on the sidewalk. Okay?
On the sidewalk?
Out in the open.
Are you sure it's not like in the woods or something?
You seen any woods? It's sand. So anyway,
Ew.
The World Bank estimates the annual global cost of poor sanitation at $260 billion, including loss of life, missed work, medical bills, and other related factors. India alone accounts for $54 billion of that, more than the entire GDP of Kenya or Costa Rica.
They need a people scooper.
Yes.
People pooper scooper.
Yes. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation had a challenge to reinvent a toilet, and some of the inventions are capable of charging a cell phone, filter water, recycle the fluids.
Doing a Common Core first grade worksheet?
That's on the roll next to the
Let's go.
yes. And they also, it condenses the product down to burnable, like charcoal kind of elements.
Yummy.
And it shows a tap right here on one of them.
Okay.
It recycles it into ostensibly potable water.
Really?
Which they do. I mean, we recycle our water from waste
Yeah,
to
we
drinking
do.
water
Yeah.
now, but this does it right in the old porta potty. So,
wow.
So I'll be looking for that.
Maybe they should stick to analyzing toilets and stay away from education.
Well, there's a caste system there, and the lowest caste is the one that would be tasked with cleaning the facilities. So that's why there are so few of them, I guess. But what has happened is things have turned around. My whole point was, aside from that stigma, now there are 450 prototypes looped into the sewage system that do all of these things, and now a lot of the engineers are lining up for jobs as toilet technicians.
Wow. So they've actually
they're proud of their jobs and yours.
Yummy.
We're number 2.
Oh my God.
So now there'll be somebody standing outside knocking and saying, I can help you with that, my friend. So anyway, that was just something that, again, kind of snuck out on me. Do we have a
We have a song
closing?
from Todd. It would be a
Okay, I hope I'm not.
Good prize.
Good prize. Is it about a 1 minute? Do you remember? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we would like to thank you for joining us here at the asylum that is the Doc and Amy
it
show.
was an asylum today.
We hope Amy. We hope there are 2 things about Amy's nose, that she puts pounding it on the microphone and it unstuffs itself somehow.
Running.
You can join us on Twitter at Doc and Amy Show. You can email us, docandamy@gmail.com. You can go to our website, thedocandamyshow.com. Until next Sunday, we would like to say we hope to hear from you right here and join us again then.
Bye.
I was just wondering, symbolically, what would you do? Alcoholically, if something should happen. Diabolically, what if your beer was gone? If your girlfriend took it, would you despise her or call her a commie sympathizer because she stole your can of Budweiser? What if your beer was gone? Would you get upset? Would you call your mother? Would you try to blame it on your older brother or go to the fridge and just open another? What if your beer was gone? Would you search and pull out all the stops? Would you grab the phone and call the cops? You know it's just water and barley and hops. What if your beer was gone? I was just wondering, symbolically, what would you do? Alcoholically, if something should happen. Diabolically, what if your beer was gone? Would it send you deep into psychosis or some other diagnosis? You don't need to have cirrhosis, that's a really bad prognosis. What if your beer was gone?